Okay, Peter's New York Yankees. They are at an estimated $273 million in payroll right now when it accounts for arbitration estimates and pre-arbitration estimates. Spot Track estimates about $40 million in CBT space. I don't know if that makes sense. I think they might be 40 million over. Regardless, they've been active. They have acquired Juan Soto and Trent Grisham from San Diego for Michael King, Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, and Kyle Higashioka. They have acquired Alex Verdugo for Richard Fitz, Greg Weissert, and Nicholas Judas. They acquired Yorbit Vivas from the Dodgers along with Victor Gonzalez for Trey Sweeney, their former first-round pick shortstop. They traded once top prospect on the planet, Estevan Florial, for Cody Morris, who is a reliever option. They signed Yeri De Los Santos. They claimed Oscar Gonzalez and Jeter Downs on waivers. Jeter Downs playing in the organization that his namesake was a captain in. Fascinating. But the Yankees are interesting, man. They're clearly going for it. Did they whiff on Yamamoto? Yeah, they did. Was it because they wanted to, offer their hand in good faith to Garrett Cole? Yes, it was. But this is a fucking really good team still.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not great. I wouldn't call them the prohibitive favorites in the American League. I wouldn't even say that they are the favorites to win their own division. The thing is with the Yankees is they have pretty much gaslighted Yankee fans into forgetting who the New York Yankees are. If I told you, Jack McMullen, that at the beginning of this season, the Los Angeles Dodgers would sign Shohei Ohtani for $700 million and Yamamoto for $325, everybody under the sun would have called me a lunatic. And look at what they did. They spent $1.1 billion. May I remind everyone listening, Forbes came out with their evaluations of Major League Baseball teams. The Dodgers come in second place at $4.8 billion. Now, you could definitely add some hundreds of millions to that after getting Ohtani and Yamamoto. Let's give them a huge bump. Let's say they're 5.5. You know what the Yankees are? 7.1 billion. This is the premier franchise in Major League Baseball, and they have not acted like it really since 2009. They have the money. Of course they do. They just put $300 million on the table for Yamamoto. They can make big time moves. They can do trades like the Dodgers did for Tyler Glasnow. They can sign $300 million free agents, but they hold on to their prospects a bit too long, and it's been biting them in the ass recently. Most notably, Estevan Florial. He was floated in a lot of big time deals, and the Yankees thought that he was their future center fielder. And then what did they do? They waited too long, and they traded him for a reliever in Cody Morris, who I do like. I do. But Yankee fans, let's be the Yankees. Let's stop prospect hugging. When's the last Yankees prospect that has been so amazing? Judge? I'll give you Judge. Amazing.
Dominguez.
We'll see. I am willing to trade everybody. Everybody. And the reason I am willing to trade everybody is I look at the landscape of the American League. The Texas Rangers are freaking awesome. They just won the World Series. They're fantastic. But they did lose Jordan Montgomery. Let's see another year of Nathan Eovaldi doing his thing. They're still going to be great. But if the Yankees make some big-time moves, they can go toe-to-toe with them. The Astros, they're still great, but you saw a little bit of a downturn. And there's Alex Bregman rumors. How much longer can they hold their team together? There's nobody really in the Central. And when you look at the American League East, the Blue Jays aren't doing much. We're seeing what's happening to the Rays. And the Orioles are great. But there is a window here. Do you want to be the American League Dodgers? And I have a couple of trades and a couple of plans that can get you there. But we have to take the prospect glasses off. We have to be willing to trade some of these guys for proven guys. We're going to look at our team after all of the ways that I'm saying we can get better, and you tell me if we're better off or not. Now, some of the guys that I want to trade for, it ain't going to happen. But the Yankees could do it, and that's why I want to bring them up. Then I have a plan where it's relatively realistic, still probably not going to happen. But again, I just want to communicate that the Yankees can do it. And then I have a plan of what they probably will end up doing. Will probably be underwhelming. And the Yankees will win like 91 games and probably get bounced in the first round.
I was trying to remember the terminology for when you were applying to college, like the three pools that you were applying to colleges, and it was
Yeah.
reach, match, and safety. So you've got the reach school option, the match option, and the safety school option.
Yes, I have like, we're going to Harvard. We're going to
Michigan.
Michigan is,
Call it Syracuse.
yes.
You went to
No,
Syracuse.
no, Michigan is my tier 2 trade. Very, very good school. I got waitlisted there. Right. Like
Congratulations.
I got waitlisted there. It's probably going to happen.
That's
Then
like
I
almost
have,
getting in.
yeah, it's almost getting in. And then I have we're going to a pretty damn good state school. You're going to
Okay.
get a good education.
What is pretty damn good state school? Like
Um,
you're going to Georgia?
yeah, we're going to Georgia.
Wisconsin. No,
Wisconsin. No,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's a good school.
Yeah,
Georgia's a
Wisconsin.
good school. Well, who cares? We're not about to get into colleges right now. Let's talk
All
Yankees.
right, we're just not going to Kansas State, right? Like that's kind of where we're not going, or we're not going to like junior college for a year and finding it. Yeah, whatever. Um, Catcher, Jose Trevino, Austin Wells. Are we improving that or no?
Nope. We're fine there. Wells, he's got some power. Don't love him,
He's a
but
backup catcher.
and I do love Jose Trevino there. I mean, we got to remember Jose Trevino was dealing with a wrist injury. Like this guy was an all-star the year before. He's still
Yeah.
a great defensive catcher, one of the best in Major League Baseball. And then you have Austin Wells, right? You can platoon them. That's a fine catching tandem. I'm not going to touch that.
Rizzo at first base, cool with it.
Yeah. I mean, again, another guy who's dealing with a concussion for a lot of the year. I still think he's going to be fine. A lot of Yankee fans are really down on him right now. We just got to give him a second. I think he'll be okay.
Well, and what he got migraines from an epidural, I think. Like it was a weird
Tatis,
year for
Tatis
Rizzo.
ran into him.
Just bizarre. So Rizzo at first base, Gleyber Torres at second base. Are we trading Gleyber? Gleyber was a trade candidate forever. Gleyber was one of like the saving graces for the Yankees last year. I'm not moving that guy.
I'm not moving that guy. Glaber's our dude. We are not moving him. He is our second baseman, no doubt about it. I have
Yep.
always been a fan of Glaber. I've always stood on top of the hill and saying, Glaber is our guy. I don't want to trade him. He's our second baseman of the future. I wouldn't even mind extending him. I love Glaber.
Oswaldo Cabrera is his backup. I really like Oswaldo Cabrera as a backup. I don't like him as an everyday guy, but I really enjoy him as a backup and a utility guy. Oswald Peraza and Anthony Volpe are the shortstops. Volpe, obviously the everyday shortstop, Peraza as the backup. Peraza, I think, might be surplus. We'll see what happens in your trade conversations. Third base, what the fuck are we going to do? It's DJ LeMahieu right now.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. DJ's bat speed looks to be slowing down. He's still a great defender. He can play multiple positions, but that's what I would prefer his position to be, all around the infield, giving guys days off. If he is your starting third baseman, it's not terrible, right? He's not going to be one of the worst third basemen in Major League Baseball. Still a good defender over there. He can regain some of that athleticism, maybe get back in the lab. I know the Yankees, Cashman called out Giancarlo Stanton, who we can talk about in a little bit. And Giancarlo's, goal this offseason is to shed a little bit of weight, get more athletic. I'm hoping that him and DJ are in the lab together, trying to regain some of that. And DJ LeMahieu is still our guy. I still want him on the Yankees. If he's the starting third baseman, I don't hate it. But again, I have some ways to change it. So we'll talk about it.
No. Okay. Outfield is the best in baseball. This outfield of Judge, Soto, Verdugo with Grisham as the fourth outfielder and Everson Pereira as the fifth with Oswaldo Cabrera like as the backup. I mean, dude, it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, you got Judge and Soto. I could be playing center.
And Grisham as the fourth outfielder is amazing.
Totally fine with that. Totally fine with Trent Grisham being like this defensive guy who comes in late in games, gives guys off days, can go run it down. He even has some postseason pedigree under his belt, right?
Well,
In the playoffs,
he kind of has a bad narrative around him in the postseason.
he's got some really good years and then some balls that go through his legs in the playoffs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Like throwing up on yourself and pooping your pants at the same time, like that kind of thing.
But remember 2021 with the Padres, he was kind of electric. Him and Austin
Yes,
Nola
brother. I
basically
remember
put
that.
that team on his back and got to the, NLCS. But yeah, it is funny. He does have some great postseason runs, and then he has some of the biggest blunders in the history of the postseason.
Yes. Oh my God. What
Look at
did
that. Look at the Zoom update for all those watching on YouTube. My Zoom's freaking out over here.
He just gave two thumbs up and it resulted in fireworks in the background. That is unbelievable. Okay. Starting rotation. Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, Clark Schmidt, Nestor Cortez, and either Clayton Beater or Will Warren. Are you going to sign a pitcher?
Yeah. Can I still focus on the offense? Because I mean, what should we do? Should we just go through the
Yeah.
whole
No,
team and then
if you've got trades for the offense, let's do it.
okay.
Pitching.
All right. So this is a dream trade. And I want to preface it, it's not going to happen. But what I will say is if I offer this package for this player, if you're the GM, I want you to at least pick up the phone. I want you to tell me, would you pick up the phone? I'm going to call the Cleveland Guardians and I'm going to attempt to trade for Jose Ramirez.
I'm not picking up the phone. I don't care what the return is. I'm not picking up the phone.
You don't care what the return is?
Don't care. Go ahead and give me the return anyways.
I would give you Anthony Volpe. I would give you Spencer Jones. I would give you Chase Hampton. I would give you Everson Pereira. And I would give you Brendan Beck. That is a Juan Soto level package for a guy who is making about $20 million per year. Obviously, in the latter years of the contract, it's going to be about $25 million, but averaging out 5 years, it's around $20 million for Jose Ramirez. Again, probably not going to happen, but that, Jack, is 4 top 100 prospects and more when Juan Soto got a similar type package. You can't say you wouldn't at least listen. Again, it's not going to happen, but if I'm the Yankees, you can do that. Like, you can be the Yankees and at least call and see what they say. Now, if he's untradeable, a 30-year-old on a team who keeps trying to reach out and is trading guys and is trying to cut payroll, you're saying it's impossible. Again, it's not going to happen. The Guardians will not trade him, and there's no way the Yankees, with the way they try and hold on to these prospects, would ever do it. But take that out of the equation. Those players for Jose Ramirez is fair, I think.
I don't when you look at the macro, like if you were to just assess by trade value, I think, you could get sort of kind of maybe close, but I still think you're far off from J-Ram. J-Ram it's like so well documented that he's the most underappreciated guy in baseball that at this point, like he's, properly rated because of how underrated he is. But that contract, 7 for 141 for Jose Ramirez, is one of the better deals ever given out by a team. Like I can't believe that they got 7 for 141 for Jose Ramirez. And if we had this conversation a day before he signed that extension, like, yeah, that's fine. That's plenty. But here's the thing, like, you don't sign that if you don't think you're going to be there for the rest of your career. There's a chance he goes in wearing that Cleveland Guardians hat.
100%.
And I think that Cleveland values that too much to even pick up the phone.
Could be. If I'm the Guardians, I see a guy who, in his age 30 season, put up a 123 WRC plus, 24 bombs, 28 stolen bases, slugged under 500, had a
And it was
5
his
F war. How much
and it was
better is
his
he going to
worst
get?
year. And it was his worst year since when?
It was his worst year in terms of WRC plus since 2019. So he had
How
a
about
run of 2020, 2021, 2022 of just elite production. He's one of the best players in Major League Baseball. I'm
That's
not
the
trying to
thing.
say that.
It's
What I
one
am
of the
saying is
best. Yeah.
that is a Soto level package for a guy who was 6 years older than Juan Soto at the time of Juan Soto getting traded. However, there is more years on that deal. But if you are the Guardians, 31 to age 35 season of Jose Ramirez, is that worthy of a Soto package? And the reason, again, I am just bringing this up, it's not going to happen, is because the Yankees can do these things. And after, let's say we did trade for Jose Ramirez, we could do more and they would have a much better team. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's 5 years at $105 million for Jose Ramirez. That's criminal.
From age 31 to age 35, though, it's not his prime. But yes, I agree.
I
That's why
mean,
you'd have to
dude,
give him a Soto package.
might still be his prime. And if he disappoints again and he's a 5-win player for the next 2 years, like, dude, I don't think Cleveland picks up the phone.
That's fine. I'm not getting into Harvard.
Yeah.
But I wrote them an essay. Maybe they
Yeah,
read it.
good. I wrote Stanford an essay too.
I did want to throw one more wrinkle in. If you added Shane Bieber in that deal, would they want to do it more,
Oh,
less? I don't know if
no,
they
dude.
want. I don't know what they
No.
want to do with Bieber. I don't know.
No.
I just wanted to bring it up. I don't
No.
think that's going to happen anyway, but I just wanted to bring it up. Here's the I got waitlisted by Michigan trade,
Okay.
which has been floated for a team like the Dodgers. Why can't the Yankees be the team to trade for Corbin Burns and Willy Adames?
Yeah.
I would give them Anthony Volpe.
Okay.
I would give them Everson Pereira.
Okay.
And I would give them Brock Selvage. 3.45 ERA and 120 innings last year. He's a 21-year-old lefty who was a third rounder. I think that gets it done. Willy
Swap out
Adames.
Selvage.
Go ahead.
Swap out Selvage for a better prospect.
Who?
I think these guys cost more. Like the first name that came to my mind was Hampton.
That's a little bit too much. Like I floated Sheehan, Stone, and Bush, and Dodger fans thought it was too much. So I was like, all right, what's our version of that? It's probably
Dodger fans
Volpe.
thought it was too much. Brewers fans would tell you that that is not enough.
No, Brewers fans, look at my comment section. They would have done it in a second. That's what they were saying. So I thought to myself, okay, you would do that in a second. Remember, these guys are free agents in 2025. You're not getting really years of control. And Adames was not good last year, objectively. 90 WRC plus. Burns is obviously amazing, but he's also coming off a season where he wasn't completely dominant. He also hasn't been amazing in the playoffs either. You're trading Anthony Volpe and Everson Pereira. Anthony Volpe was a top 10 prospect. Everson Pereira is a top, 75 prospect? And then also another solid pitching prospect. You could throw Will Warren in instead of Brock Selvage. I think that's fine.
Let's do it.
You want to just do that?
Yeah, let's do it. Adamas's value is as low as it'll be. Burns, his value is not low; it's still high. But Volpe's a huge piece of that.
Huge.
Like including Volpe instead of Peraza is massive. Herrera's value is as low as it's been because he stunk so bad in that big league cameo. I know that he was, top 100 caliber, but like he's not top 100 coming into this.
And
year.
he just has no fit with the Yankees moving forward.
Zero.
So basically
kind
what
of
you're doing,
down.
you're kind of trading Anthony Volpe and guys you may never see again for Corbin Burns and Willy Adames. And then your rotation is Garrett Cole, Corbin Burns, Carlos Rodon, Nestor Cortez Jr., and Clark Schmidt. We feel good about that. And then Willy Adames, you at least have a major league shortstop, and it would suck giving up Volpe. I assume he'd go to Milwaukee and he'd be a multiple-time All-Star, but maybe he doesn't. And you know what you also have? Oswald Peraza. Like the Yankees have so many shortstops. Their first-round pick last year was George Lombard Jr. Shortstop prospect, Roderick Arias. They just traded away Trey Sweeney. They have so many shortstop prospects. It would suck to give up Anthony Volpe. He would be an enormous piece. But you could do it. And Yankee fans, we all watched him last year. We think he's going to be good. Do we think he's going to be an all-timer? I don't know. I'm willing to do it. And then you get Corbin Burns, right? You had $300 million to go get Yamamoto. Then you extend Corbin Burns. And now Corbin Burns is your 2.
Yeah.
Rodon's now your 3. You want to go compete with the Dodgers? That's a trade you can make. and then we go get Jose Ramirez. No, I was kidding.
I'll say, yeah, I will laugh you off the phone for J Ram. I will say yes to Burns and Adames for Volpe, Herrera, and Warren.
Selvage.
Warren.
Fine, you got a deal. I don't care. I ain't prospect hugging anymore. I want
Okay.
him.
Okay. What was your safety school option?
So we could talk about a lot of guys. My first thinking was like, oh yeah, let's go get Marcus Stroman. And then I realized, well, Marcus Stroman ain't coming to the Yankees. Let me take you back to 2019. Brian Cashman was quoted as saying, we were interested in Stroman, but we didn't think he would be a difference maker. We felt he would be in our bullpen in the postseason. 3 years later, Stroman tweets, there's no current Yankee pitcher who will be anywhere in my league over the next 5 to 7 years. Their pitching always folds in the end. That lineup and payroll should be winning World Series left and right. Yet they're in a drought. LOL. There's no fucking shot Stroman's coming. Just put it out of your mind. And you could bring back Jordan Montgomery. Why in the hell would Jordan Montgomery want to come back? Why would he? Now, you could just say money, sure. But you also have a lot of lefties in the rotation. You already have Nestor. You already have Rodon. I don't want to go get another lefty. I think it'd be fine if they did it, but I kind of want more righties. That's just my opinion. I think a rotation with too many lefties, I don't love. It's a lot more right-handed bats, a lot more righties who are better platoon guys. I'd rather have more right-handed pitchers in my rotation. That's my opinion. You could disagree with that. You could say you want Jordan Montgomery. Fine. But I'll give you a couple more options. Tier 1, we could easily trade for Bryce Miller or Brian Wu. We could do that.
Yeah.
Tier 2, you could trade for Paul Blackburn from the A's.
That's tier 2.
Yeah.
Feels 4.
Yeah, that might be tier 4. You could sign Lucas Giolito. You could trade for Griffin Canning from the Angels, who I actually do like. He's actually coming to Yankee Stadium and kind of shoved it up our ass multiple times. I would take Griffin Canning. He wouldn't be expensive. He's 27 years old. Look at his numbers. He's not a bad starter.
Yeah.
You could also sign Shota Imananga, lefty. Again, wouldn't love it, but I'd be totally fine if they did that.
He and Nestor are like identical. It's not, it doesn't make much sense.
And then if you don't make any of those trades, let's say you don't get Willy Adames, we could talk about just signing Matt Chapman. Now, Matt Chapman, if you said he's worth $22 million a year over 5 years, and it costs the Yankees about 130, 140 over 5 years, I'm fine with it, right? He's not great, but he's going to play great defense. He's going to hit 20-ish bombs. He's going to strike out a lot, which is going to piss me off. But he's a good player. That's probably what he's worth. So, again, state school, you trade for Bryce Miller or Brian Wu, you sign Matt Chapman. It's kind of the end of your offseason. Going to Michigan, you trade for Corbin Burns and Willy Adames. Then you really don't have to do anything. You could still then get Matt Chapman. Like, we're the Yankees. Can we remember? We are the Yankees. You can go trade for Corbin Burns and Willy Adames and sign Matt Chapman. Your team is worth $7.1 billion. Go over the tax threshold. You can pay it. You can. Or you could trade for Jose Ramirez.
No. I think you wait a year. I don't think you sign Chapman. I think you wait a year and you give Alex Bregman your best offer.
That's fine by me. I'll do that as well. And we just go this year with DJ LeMahieu. I'm just saying that this year with Soto, impending free agent, this is the year you just go all in. You just saw the Dodgers do it. Why can't you do it?
Which is
really
why I
want to impress Soto.
Thing is perfect.
I know I need to keep Soto on this team. Like, people forget. Like, I know the Dodgers did all that. We just got Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Juan Soto's going to be amazing.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Burns and Adames for Volpe, Warren, and Pereira. And that's how we that's how we get better.
Okay. But then we
wise,
might still need to do a little bit more.
Offensively,
we need to go get a third baseman. Like, do we still go get Matt Chapman?
No.
Okay. That's fine. We wait.
You don't.
And maybe we go Praz at third. We can go DJ. Figure it out, I guess. That's fine.
Yeah, why not? Like, have a timeshare of Peraza, Cabrera, and LeMahieu. Call it a day.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then the rotation turns into, like you mentioned, Cole Burns, Rodon, Cortez, and Clark Schmidt. And the bullpen is Clay Holmes, Loizaga, Canely, Ian Hamilton, Scott Effross, Victor Gonzalez, Marinaccio, like they've got options. Do you want to sign a reliever? Cody Morris, forgot about Morris.
No,
Yeri,
that's the best bullpen in Major League Baseball. They finished number one in ERA last year, and Loizaga didn't even pitch much for them, only threw 17 innings. Tommy Kahnle is a dog. Ian Hamilton, dog. Scott Efros is coming back.
yeah,
I love Scott Efros. Scott Efros was on my top relievers at the trade deadline. The Yankees got him, and I was like, yes. And then they traded Hayden Westesky for him. I'm like, oh, shit. He should have been higher on my rankings.
yeah.
Scott Efros can close games for this team, and he's coming back. Victor Gonzalez, he's okay. He was on the Dodgers last year. He'll be at the bottom. Monty Nacho is great. Nick Ramirez is like kind of good. I mean, Chuck, look at the numbers this bullpen put up last year. The worst guy in their pen in terms of ERA last year is now Victor Gonzalez, who had a 4.01. This bullpen is dominant.
It is dominant. We just made the Yankees better.
Way better.
Who with
So
it?
their team, you got Judge, Soto, and Verdugo in the outfield. You have Willie Adames at shortstop now. DH Giancarlo, catcher tandem Austin Wells and Jose Trevino, Rizzo at first. And then you got a combo DJ, Cabrera, Braza, whatever you want at third. It's probably your weakest position on the field, but maybe DJ bounces back. I still love DJ. Cole, Burns, Rodon, Schmidt, Nestor. Bang. And maybe you have to go get another starting pitcher, but I'm willing to give Clayton Beeter a try. You just trade Brock Selvage and you kept Will Warren, which is great. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't mind then just signing like a Matthew Boyd or, just some like older guy just to kind of fill innings if you need them, which would be fine. You could still remember if you're not signing Matt Chapman, you could sign Shota Imanaga, but Schmidt, because I hope Nestor's okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little nervous. I'm not as nervous for Carlos Rodon. My dad and I were having this debate. He is kind of out on Rodon. I still think the man is dominant. I think he was dealing with injuries all year. Now, I didn't like how he handled them. There was a lot of press conferences where I'm like, dude, don't say that. But I still believe in him. And if you're going to blame Brian Cashman for that move, you can also blame me. I love that deal. Remember when he signed and you were warning me? I was like, I don't give a shit. I love this guy. Is he going to put up a 6.85 ERA again? No. If he puts up a 3.6, I'll be thrilled.
Yeah.
Just be dominant-ish. That's a great team. You can win the American League with that team.
I'm okay with Selvage, not Warren.
Yeah.
I did some thinking.
Yeah. Selvage is good. It's a good prospect.
Yeah.
I need Warren.
Okay
I need
and,
Warren.
and
He's more
Volpe,
Major League ready. I need him to contribute this year. Selvage is a little bit far off, but he's a good starting pitching prospect, just 21, a little younger.
And Volpe being the ad, like Volpe being in that deal is everything. Everything.
Yep. I mean, maybe you could do Peraza instead, I guess, and then we have to add another big-time prospect. I'm good trading Volpe. I really am.
Okay. All right. Volpe and Pereira for Burns and Adames.
And the Yankees will never do that.
Never.
No, they won't do. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no.
They wouldn't do that. I'd do that. And maybe
Yankee
fans will think I'm crazy. Let me know in the YouTube comments, Yankee fans, am I crazy? I don't feel like I'm crazy. I also think a little bit differently than I think a lot of Yankee fans, which is fun. Like I argue with my dad all the time. He continues to just want starting pitching. And I'm like, what has been our big issue for the last, and I'm looking straight into the camera. What has been our last issue for the past 10 years? We can't hit. When it means something, we can't hit. We keep trying to patch it with pitching and pitching and pitching. Let's go get bats. Let's go get Jose Ramirez. We're not going to do it, but let's try. Let's go get bats. I love the Juan Soto signing. That's why I'd be fine getting Chapman. Need more bats. But Corbin Burns would be nice. So let us know in the YouTube comments and hit that damn subscribe button and the like button and the comment button. Even if you disagreed, we're all having fun here. And our common goal, Yankee fans, is to make them better. We might have all different opinions, but we're all trying to do the same thing. All right? That'll do it for episode 599 of the Just Baseball Show. Get yourself some Just Baseball merch. I mean, come on. Sick. It's a little past Christmas. Maybe it's the wrong time to do it. Hopefully you got yours in time, and I know you did, because I went to go buy some Just Baseball merch. Fucking everything's sold out, Jack. We're doing great on the merch side. If there's anything left, go get them. I know there's still hats in stock. If you could rate and review 5 stars, whether it be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, shout out the Spotify people. 5.0 rating, 1,200 reviews. Love you guys. Thank you so much for those. Almost 600 episodes. Can you believe it that we're here, Jack? It's amazing.
No.
To 600 more and then 600 more after that until we're 100 years old. And I'm just going to keep bitching about the Yankees till the end of time. We'll be
Well,
back.
my diet is not good enough to take me to 100. That's the last thing I will say.
We'll be back after the new year. That's Jack McMullen. I am Peter Apple. And with that, thank you, everybody.